Hello students, let's back to the topic, and our today's topic is OSI and its application. What are the use of OSI, the structure of OSI, or you can say architecture of OSI, the protocols, port number, advantages and disadvantages, and how it is differ from the modern TCP/IP model. So let's start without wasting a time, and let me tell you first of all, my name is Prashant and I have expertise on this much of topic. You can see over here CCNA, CCNP, CEH Practical. These are the firewalls certification. Again, firewall is the intrusion detection systems and all, Linux web penetration tester, OSCP for the intermediate, and the expertise Palo Alto, one of the best for cyber security, as well as SOC network engineers. SOC is a part of cyber security. Splunk SIM is part of SOC. Stealth Watch, VAPT, cyber security department, VPN, Flex VPN, DM VPN, IPsec VPN, tunnelings, and all web security. These all are my expertise. So without wasting times, and do not forget to subscribe if you like my videos, and if you would like to see the mock interviews before you go for any MNCs and small companies. So do not forget to subscribe. I usually do a lives and solve the questions and the queries regarding networking and the cyber security. Correct. So let's start with the OSI. In the previous video we already discussed about the TCP/IP. So let's summarize TCP/IP and then go to the OSI layer. So in the TCP/IP we already gone through the 4 layer, that's here, and in the OSI we are going to discuss in brief. See guys, the first interview question they will ask you, or they might ask you, in which model as of now industry is being used, then you need to say TCP, don't say OSI. OSI is a reference model to understand the packet flow seamlessly and very in depth. You should know the OSI. It is not being used widely. TCP is being used widely all over the world. And don't be confused, and don't be give the answer like OSI is used in the developed country and TCP is used in the underdeveloped country or in developing nations or something very rubbish. Don't say it guys, be a professional. Tell them OSI is a reference model to understand the flow of packets, flow of the data, but industry standards they're using TCP/IP only. We never use a OSI model in real time. So let's start with the example again to summarize. Sender, receiver, sender saying message to the receiver that uh, they'll say, hey, love you. As an example, this is boy and the girl, boyfriend girlfriend relations, and they send you I love you, and the message is gonna type in the application layer via HTTP, HTTPS, SSH, telnet, then is adding the presentation layer header, session layer header, transportation layer header, network layer header, you see, data link layer header, and here binaries. And in the data link there is one tail as well. What is a tail? I'll briefly explain here. FCS, frame check sequence. Don't worry, I'll provide you the notes where you find all the details. Okay, or you'll take the screenshot. Only the data link layer has a header and tail. All other layer has only header. This is the senders, and now message is converting to the binary. You see here, I guess, correct. And then this message is transferring via this channel, Cat6 cable, fast Ethernet, anything, and getting back to the receiver. Receiver receive the message in binary. Yes, and this binary is again here. You are here, yeah. You do all this process by sender. You are at here, and after physical, they're going on the top, removing this, 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 and the data. These all procedures we are going through very in depth within few minutes. So now you basically know everything. Sender, receiver, binary convert, binary here, and to readable format on application. So interview may ask you very tricky questions. Tell me the layer 1 name of OSI. Either it's physical or application. What's your answer? You need to ask them. From sender side, this is the layer 1. From the receiver side, this is the layer 1. But if they are gonna not tell you, or sender or receiver, then this is the L1, L2, L3, L4, 5, 6, 7. Always be from this. Okay, so now you know, and let's see each of these one by one. First, I would like to give you very small introduction. As you see, the receiver get the binary. Yeah. So this binary is in the physical. Where it is in physical? In NIC card, network interface card. What is it? In any of the hardware which is related to the data, which is related to the internet, which is related to not only internet, to the transfer the data, like Bluetooth is not related to the internet, but Bluetooth has NIC because they are sending and receiving the data. So whatever the device sending and receiving, it's use NIC card. It's a physical layer. In the physical layer. And what is in data link layer? Switch. What is switch? Every NIC has one MAC address of 48 bit. Yes, exactly. This is NIC. Here switch. Network has an IP address, and transport is the decision maker, either TCP, either UDP. Correct. So let's start each of this one by one. Yes, let's start from the layer 1. Yes, layer 1. You see layer 1, as I told you, the physical layer. What it is do? You see electrical, mechanical, or procedural interface. It's cover all things like your NIC, your Ethernet, your Cat6, Cat5 cable, fast Ethernet, gigabit Ethernet, or anything, management console, whatever. All the physical things in physical layer. Not all related to the data receiving and transferring. Yeah, then you say my baby doll is also a physical layer. No, 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 it's not time for a joke. So what it generally do, see, bit synchronization, those who are in intermediate level or those who are looking for MNC job, they are not just asking you what is a physical layer component. They're gonna ask little bit, could you know the functions of physical layer? You should know. Bit synchronization, what is it? Physical layer provides synchronization of bit, providing a clock. This clock control both sender and receiver thrust, providing such bit level. And what is a bit rate control? You don't need to learn these all theories, just you need to know about it. It's for them, those who has been more than 3-4 years of experience. But you know these things, you'll get little more chance. By the way, it's not recommended. But bit synchronization, what is it? I'll tell you very simply. See, your data is transferring like this in binary. Maybe some of the bit has some frame sequence or frame check sequence error, so it's not gonna be transfer. So you sending your name like John, maybe receiver get JON only, H is not there, maybe. So it's bit synchronization, and both sender and receiver has to make one bit rate control on the same time, half duplex, full duplex, like same. If you know the serial connections, then we need to set the clock rate same like this. It's not like that you are sending the data in some clock rate frequency 64,000 and you are receiving at 1,20,000. Not possible. Physical topologies, obviously we know in which topologies you are sending, bus topology, star or mesh topology, correct? And do not forget to subscribe my channel, and feel free to contact me on this number anytime after 6 p.m. I live in Europe and I am a corporate employee, as well as parallelly I almost has been taught more than 2000 students, yeah, in different institutes, and now I started my own YouTube channel. Feel free to subscribe my channel, and you'll see the transmission mode. What is a transmission mode? As I told you, half duplex, full duplex and simplex. What are the components? As I said, the hub, repeater, modem, cable, physical layer device like NIC. NIC is most important. Network interface card. Correct. Let's go to the layer 2. As I told you, layer 2 work on the switch. Yes. And you see the handle by the NIC. Here you see data link layer is handled by the NIC. See, what is it mean? The NIC itself in layer 1, but it is handled by the layer 2. Why? Because every NIC has MAC address, and the MAC address is being stored by the layer 2 in CAM table, MAC table, you can say, and ARP table as well. And what is in layer 2? As I told you, again I will tell you, layer 2 is the only layer where the head and tail both will be added. Header for each layer and tail is FCS, frame check sequence, correct? And also the framing, you see, it's provide a way of sender's transit bit the receiver can accomplish, that's all. Physical addressing, as I told you, MAC address, it store the MAC address, data link layer MAC address. Don't worry if you forgot, at the end of the video I will revise all the topic, don't worry. Error control by FCS, I told you. Frame check sequence. Access control by the MAC address as well, we know is MAC sublayer. As an example, you are cyber security guy and you need to block some of the IP address, or you need to block some of the MAC address. Then what you need to do? ACL, access control list. Layer 3 network layer, as I told you, network layer working on what? IP address. IP address has a two type: public, private. Public address is being distinct and unique in the world, like 8.8.8.8 for the Google. You cannot get the same IP address anywhere in the world. I'm not talking about Mars, Neptune, Pluto, where I'm talking about only the Earth. Yes, I don't know about aliens at all. So network layer 3 work on IP, and IP you can set the route. Again, most important, route as two: static and dynamic. What are the static? You just need to assign static IP address from, as an example, XYZ to ABC, or you can take the example like 192.00.1 to 192.002. Correct. Dynamic address is a routing. Then we know SPF examiner might ask you which one is the famous routing protocol, SPF, open shortest path first. They might ask you, tell me the Cisco proprietary. Then you need to tell them EIGRP. Guys, do not forget to subscribe if you don't know this much of topic, or you'd like to interest in MNC job. Yeah. Layer 4, most important, layer 4 and 5. Layer 4, they need to decide either which port we should use, TCP or UDP. Guys, if you still confuse between port and protocol, please, it's my humble request to watch my YouTube videos, because if you don't know the real difference between port and protocol, guys, you may get chance to reject in MNC's companies. And if you reject once, then after 6 months or 1 year you can reapply. Don't go straight forward without knowing basics. Yeah. Layer 3 is work on, I told you, protocol. What protocol? ARP, IGMP, IP, that's all are protocol. OSPF, EIGRP, then RIP, BGP, all are protocol. But layer 4 works on port. And what are the port? SMTP, POP3, FTP, SSH, SNMP, SMTP, DNS, IMAP, RDP, LDAP. That's lightweight directory protocol in cyber security. Layer 4. Yes. Layer 4 protocols. Then you see the connection less and connection oriented. What is a connection oriented, guys? Very easy. What is it? Tell me fast. Yes, write it down on the comment section. I will tell you, don't worry if you don't know. Connection oriented is a TCP. It means the sender and receiver. Sender send the sync, receiver send the sync plus ACK, and then sender start and establish the connection with the acknowledgement. And what is in connectionless? UDP, YouTube, Facebook Live, Instagram Live, football match. Yeah, might be you watched the recent football. Messi is the biggest player in that Saudi Arabia World Cup. I'm not a football lover, but I know a little bit. And Mbambe is very good football player from Spain or France. I don't know, but very good man, very good football man. Yes, connection establishment, connection oriented service. Yes, in connectionless, what happened? Sender are sending just message like this. They don't care about it, either they get or not. Some of the messages are dropped in between sending and receiving. They don't care. Live match. Yeah, whatever you are watching, Zoom, Google Meet, all are UDP protocol. That's why in sometimes you are watching or you are doing the Google Meet and sometimes you are lagging. Yeah, because they are not sending back. But if you using TCP, it's sending back again the same message. But in the live match, it's not a good practice. As an example, you are watching videos and 2 minutes you have bad internet connection. After 2 minutes, you are getting good connections and you are watching live. But all the previously errored packets are comes to you. It's gonna disturb your current connections and current live streaming. That's why live streaming always use connectionless service. Going back to the physical layer, now network engineers duty or the cyber security duty is finished from the layer 5. What is the session layer? As an example, in the Google Chrome, you can use multiple Gmail account on a same Google Chrome. Why? Because they maintain the session layer work. It's nothing. Just explain them in very practical based answers, like in the same browsers you can log in multiple accounts for a same URL, means the same URL. How to say in very simple language, I don't know. Uniform resource locator, I don't know, like URL means website. Yeah, okay. Layer 6, presentation layer. What is the functionality here? The encryption, decryptions, RSA, maybe you are using SSH key and all, public private, these all are done in the presentation layer. Guys, very important. Yeah, don't be a confused over here. Here you see it convert from ASCII to ABCDIC, from the ASCII to the decimal values. Yeah, and the last one, application layers. We all know application layer. Yes, and if I'm telling you application layers, you see browser, Skype, Messenger, WhatsApp, all are application based. Whatever you are seeing on the display, it's application layer. SSH, FTP, all are giving their service to application layer. Means HTTPS works on application layer, but the protocol itself defined in, sorry, the port number defined in layer 4. If you specify this thing to the interviewers, you'll get 99% chance for sure to get a job. That you need to just tell, like, FTP works on application layer, but the port FTP has to be establishment in layer 4. Then they understood you are very bright guy. Correct. Yes. Then let's see the difference between TCP and OSI layers. Now we already understand both things in previous video and this video. Last things I'll cover, just give me a second. TCP IP, you see here TCP is a application layer to define here, and the layer of OSI 3 layer only. See, it's a combination of 3 layer here. Means in TCP only the 1 layer application, while in OSI it's scattered to make 3 layer. Correct. And here you see in the TCP only the physical layer, but in OSI it's scattered to the 2 layer physical and data link. Header size is 20 byte, 5 byte. Okay. Yes, TCP IP is a protocol oriented, yes, where the OSI is generic model based on the functionality of each layer. That's why we are using the TCP IP. Now you understand. You see, is a protocol base. They know IP, IGMP, TCP, EGP, UDP, IPv6, SMP, OSPF, EIGRP, ISIS, all things known by TCP IP only. And now let's see, TCP follow the horizontal approach, we know, while the OSI follow the vertical approach. Nothing new. TCP establishes connection between different types of computer, where OSI helps standardize router, switch, motherboards and other hardware. So for use the internet or the network, World Wide Web, WAN, you should know TCP very much. I think so. Now you know the difference. Like TCP is used worldwide for internet, for the WAN connection. When anybody tell you in the company WAN means you need to think internet, all the ISP connection. Like this, WAN. Yeah, LAN means your small company setup. Another company here, another company here, and these all are connected by ISP. And these, if you combine all these things, it's called WAN. WAN means internet, world wide area network. Guys, feel free to contact me, and see you in the next video. Do not forget to subscribe my video. See you. Bye bye. Take care.